Students are getting sent home left and right because of this right here.
Twisted.
Feel free to add me on your application as the driver who referred you. You will click yes and then type in COXDJO.
So if you're a student here at Prime, you can't just lose your cool and just start cussing people out. You can't just get mad and think that you can talk to people however you feel like. Right now, a lot of students are getting sent home because they're cussing out people, whether it be somebody in the cafeteria, they made your food wrong, so you decide you're going to cuss out that Prime employee. The shuttle driver, you're going to cuss out the shuttle driver. You're going to cuss out the training staff. You're going to cuss out the instructor. And it's just like your temper. You got a little bit of a temper. You're going to have to learn how to keep that in check, because think about it. You're coming to this company as a student trying to learn how to get your CDL. If you're going to cuss out the Prime staff, what are you going to do at a shipper and receiver? Because sometimes the load's not ready on time. Sometimes you get stuck somewhere for a while. Sometimes they got bad directions. Security at these places, sometimes they're a little bit rude. Let's be honest, they're a little bit rude sometimes. You know, you can't come in here with the attitude of you can't tell me what to do. You got to come in here with an open mind and be like, look, these people are trying to help me out get my CDL. Just because they're telling me what to do whenever it comes to how to drive or how to back does not mean that they're disrespecting you. They are giving you the knowledge it's going to take to be able to safely drive. Don't come in here with that attitude of chip on your shoulder and be like, you know what, nobody's going to talk to me. However I feel is disrespectful. Like, people are... And here at Prime, I have not really ran into anybody that was disrespectful. Now, I ran into people that were giving me advice when I didn't want advice, and, you know, I kind of just listened to it and went on with it. If it's that kind of deal, like, we're here to get you a CDL. You know, listen to that advice, use the bits and pieces of the advice they're giving you, and finish the job, you know? This is the long interview process is what it really is, because whenever you're getting hired here at Prime, you're going to do the PSD program, which that helps you get your CDL. During that time, you got to take that chip off your shoulder. It's not that we don't think that you're a safe driver. It's just that you're not to the place that you need to be to drive one of these trucks. So remember, we're helping you out here. It's not good to go cuss out staff, tell staff off. You know, keep that negative attitude at home. Another thing is when you're supposed to be at work at a certain time, get there. Don't blame it on everybody else that you couldn't get here. The last thing us instructors want is a bunch of reasons why you can't be there. That's a lot of excuses. We don't need excuses. Hey, you were late. Hey, I don't care what happened. You were late. Don't let it happen next time. You know, it's cool. Like, but wanting to argue about it, or, hey, I'm in my hotel room and I decided to take Saturday off. I'm just going to sleep in bed. And then Prime hits you up and they're all like, hey, where are you at? You better respond back and, hey, I overslept or whatever. I'm on my way, though. I'm on my way. Now, don't just think, oh, Saturday's your day off and you're just not going to call no one. You're not going to answer your phone. You're not going to respond to nobody. You're just going to take the day off. How do you expect them to keep you here and hire you on if you will not answer the phone or respond back to email or text or phone voicemails that they left you? This is not some Holiday Inn where you can just chill in bed all day and not have to do anything because you feel like you need Saturday off. You feel me? This is a job interview right here. If you're late to work, it shows that you're not going to make it to appointment times. Do you think that somebody wants to hire you if you can't make it to on time to work? Do we think you're going to get the load there on time? Is that going to make Prime look bad? If you're cussing people out, you have that bad attitude and you have that chip on your shoulder and your ego's getting in the way here and you're going to cuss somebody out and, you know, start yelling and, you know, all that fun stuff. Do you think that you're gonna keep your cool whenever the guard shack makes you mad, or that receiving office? Sometimes you go to the receiving office, and the person up there's like, "Go put it in that door," and you're like, "Well, door 12? Is that the one you said?" Well, you don't understand. The first time I said go put it in door 12. Whoa, okay, chill. I just didn't hear you the first time. You know, you're not going to jump up in there and be like, F you and blah, 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 and just go off on them. Because you're going to make the company you look for bad. We're not going to hire somebody like that. When you're in the PSD phase, I'm going to tell you a little secret right now. When you're in the PSD phase, you don't have a job here. You don't. You're not hired on until you pass your CDL test. And think about this. When you pass the CDL test, guess what? Now we can hire you. You have a CDL. You can now drive a truck. You have the license required to have the job. Also, after your CDL test, you're going to fill out your W-2. You're going to bring your birth certificate, all your important paperwork, blank check, direct deposit form to set up that. I mean, you're going to do all the paperwork to get hired on. Now you have a job here at Prime. So this is going to be one of the longest interviews you ever do in my book, because you're going to put in your application, they're going to accept you to come here, they're going to bring you here, they're going to do an in-person interview in orientation. Then after that, they're going to put you with a trainer. You still haven't officially got a job. He's going to teach you the skills that you need to know to get your CDL. It's not, hey, I don't like my trainer, so I'm going to get a new trainer. Like, there has to be a legit reason why you need a new trainer. You can't just go in there and say, hey, I decided I want a different trainer. He makes me get up too early. What? Or I wanted Saturday off or Sunday off to watch the Super Bowl, and he said I couldn't. He said we were working. I need a new trainer. Those are not legitimate reasons. So you're going through this whole process, and up until you pass that test, you have no job. You're still going through an interview. And that's how we look at this, as an interview process until you get your CDL. Don't get me wrong. I can't send you home. So me as your instructor, whoever your instructor is, they're not the ones that can send you home. But if you're refusing to drive, they're going to contact who they need to contact to get somebody to talk to you. If you're refusing to drive, that's part of the job. You get sent home because you refuse to drive, that's on you. Because you're at this job interview and you're refusing to work. Nobody can keep a job if they refuse to work. Nobody can keep a job if they say, oh, I'll just go in whenever I feel like it. How you expect to keep your job? A little bit of a rant video, but I think that some people just need to hear this, because a lot of people are getting sent home because of this. That's just what I say. Keep your head cool. Get the chip off your shoulder. Keep the attitude cool and calm. Get your CDL. Get hired on. I think you can have a little bit of an attitude here and there. You know, I'm not saying we're all perfect. We get attitudes sometimes. But just remember, like, is it really worth losing your job or not getting a job because you have a chip on your shoulder and you're like, nobody can tell me what to do? Take a step back and think about this. Think about some of my videos. I've always said that I try to better myself every time, and I go and learn from other trainers. I don't have a chip on my shoulder. I'm not like, hey, it's my way or the highway. I might go check out what another trainer's doing and take little bits and pieces from what he's teaching and put it in my playbook, because now I made myself better because I got new tips. When we're giving you instructions and we're teaching you stuff, take a little bit out of that and put it in your brain. The more we give you the information, keep taking it. Don't sit here and say, you're not going to talk to me like a kid, or you're not going to talk to me like that. Most of the time, we're just giving instruction. We're not talking to you out of context. We're not yelling at you. We're not cussing you out. We're not calling you every name in the book. We're not disrespecting you. We're just giving you instruction. And right now, I don't know what it is. I'm hearing this more and more and more, is if you give somebody instructions, you're kind of telling them, hey, this is what I need you to do. I need you to turn the wheel all the way to the right. I'm not a kid. What do you mean Like, get that chip off your shoulder. I know you're a grown man. You know I'm a grown man. I'm giving you instruction. It is not talking to you like a kid. Like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry about the rant video, but I had to get that off my chest because I've seen more and more people get sent home. It's like, man, don't you understand that you're in a job interview? Like, comment, and subscribe. And knowledge is power. The more knowledge we get, the better, the more power we're going to have, the better we are, the more knowledgeable we are.
Add me as a referral to your application. Click yes and then type in COXDJO.
Make sure you click the next video right there.